Hey guys, Mishka here, and we're going to be talking about fish. So, where can you find each fish in the game, and what is the lure to use for them? I'm going to be going over them in alphabetical order. So we're going to start with the axolotl. For the axolotl fish, so the lure for that is going to be a small tooth and a feather. In the place that I go to fish for axolotl is going to be over here. So we're in Holtines Basin. That's free fall or flying high, whichever one you can open a portal to. I tend to forget. I'm going to move past all this. So that was the world boss behind me. We're going to keep on moving forward. And really anywhere on this coast over here is where I fish for axolotl. I come all the way back behind here. I like to go as far as possible. So like I said, axolotl, tooth, feather, that's all you need. This is also where I fish for spiralback snail, and the lure for that is going to be blue scales and feather. So that's the fish. That's axolotl, that's snail. Let's go ahead and we're going to go to cloakfish now. So, what was the boom, boom? I think it's this. I forgot how to get to the wastelands. Perfect, we're in the wastelands. I'm going to switch to paladin for movement. I'm going to go to old growth. So old growth, here in the wastelands.
Oh, there it goes.
Where'd
you go?
Oh my goodness, there's a bear
in the
inside
tree.
of the tree. How silly. Turn things down a little bit. Alright, so cloakfish. I fish for right over here. The lure for this is going to be a lesser eye and a feather. And this is my cloakfish pond. That's the cave that goes to the the mines dungeon. So there you go. And then there's another pond to the left of here, closer to the
Don't hit taxes yet, and they're due by Monday.
Closer to the public event. And this is going to be where you catch ridgeback fish. Here we go. So I like to fish off of this dock over here. The lure for a ridgeback fish is going to be a large minnow and a rotten finger. Boop, you can actually get all the way up on top of here. So if you like to play in PvP and you don't want to turn it off and you want to go fishing, you can fish from right up here, and very few people will ever be able to see you. Nice and secret. Cool, we're going to go see clownfish now. I know exactly where this is. So clownfish is going to be here in the rainforest. So this is the Nomad's Hut teleport. And clownfish, you can go either side here. This is for clownfish and eel. So clownfish, you're going to want bloody flesh and feather. Not a rotten finger, feather. I promise they're much easier to catch that way. And then for eel, you're going to want blue scales. And I believe feather. I could be wrong on that one, though. I'd have to double check. It's been a while since I actually fished for eel. But that's where you would catch those two. We're going to go to shark now. So I'm trying to go in alphabetical order, but there's some crossover. You can catch multiple kinds of fish at each location. And I'm trying to show you, which one is it? I think it's free fall. I'm trying to show you my favorite locations where I get minimal crossover. So basically, if I want to catch a specific type of fish, this is the place I go. There's more places you can catch them, but if I want, for instance, I'm about to show you where the shark is. If I want to catch shark and nothing but shark, this is the place I go. If you want to catch axolotl and nothing but axolotl, I showed you the location, right? For snail, only snail, so on and so forth, so that you get the maximum amount of fish that you want as possible. So shark, really anywhere down here on the docks, and that's going to be eyeworm, rotten finger. For bass, oh, that's right, bass. Bass is going to be over at the same spot as clownfish and eel. Minnow. Minnow, I don't have a spot to fish for minnow because minnow is everywhere. Anywhere, let me think. What's the best place to go for minnow? honestly, I would just go to the pond and Highstep. So, no, not pond and Highstep. We're going to go to Ocean's Edge. There will be crossover with axolotl. I've never fished for minnow because I had stacks and stacks and stacks of it and I couldn't get rid of them, so they just kind of stacked up. So I apologize. If I need to fish for minnow, I'll fish for it over here because they're very plentiful. Like I said, there is a little bit of crossover with axolotl, but not enough to really make a difference. Not enough to be. It's not an issue. It's a non-issue is what I'm trying to say. The next one we're going to go to is, let's see, catfish. There's a special pond for catfish. So we're going to go to Rope Bridge. So if you're in Highstep, the big pond is right down over there by the Kingport Graveyard. There is sunfish, there is catfish, there's bass, there's minnow down there. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and you can get a whole bunch of crossover. So I never fish down there because I want to know exactly what I'm going to be getting. There's a pond up here. Oh, we're having this issue again. Come on, switch. There we go. This pond up here is wonderful. I love it. This is where I catch my catfish. So the lure for a catfish is going to be tooth and feather, just like axolotl, just like bass, just like large minnow. I forgot to mention that for large minnow, tooth, feather. This is where I catch my catfish. This is also where I catch sunfish. Sunfish, I use lesser eye, small tongue, and a rotten finger. And yeah, if you use those lures, you won't get any crossover. And last fish I want to go over is the phoenix fish. So we're going to go back to the rainforest for this one. That's not the rainforest. I'm going to go to Hidden Garden. Not Hidden Garden, Wagon Graveyard. Wagon's Graveyard. So on Wagon's Graveyard, we're going to head straight, and we're going to turn right, and there's a small bridge over here. The lure is shiny metal, and then I believe it's rotten finger. It could be feather. Again, I'm going to have to double check. So you might want to experiment on your own, see which one gets you more catches. This is where I catch my phoenix fish, so that I only catch phoenix fish. So that's all the non-legendary fish in the game. Yep, I went over. Yep. When it comes to the legendary fish, I don't really have the time, nor all the notes to make a video specifically about that because those are dependent on weather and time and location. But for the normal fish, that should help you out so that you know where to go and what lures to use to catch all of them. So, yeah, hope that helps. If you have any more questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Any video recommendations, I would appreciate it. Until then, happy hunting.